You're watching Ride Like a Local with Belt Drive Betty. Welcome to Season 7 of Ride Like a Local. In this first episode, we start the season off as always at the January motorcycle shows, the 2019 versions. I'm being joined by a group of volunteers from the Edmonton Road Racing Association, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So what exactly is the Edmonton Road Riding Association for those that don't know?
In 2014, I didn't know either. And it was a group of people who just love motorcycle racing and wanted to take it off the streets and put it into a place where they can focus their energy, where everyone's just excited to be there as much as they are, and you can really let loose and push the extreme limits of a motorcycle on a place where we have the facility, the safety, the ambulance, and it was the greatest decision I've made since 2014 to join the organization.
So what kind of racing do you enjoy?
So I myself don't race. I go out there and volunteer to keep the track safe, but it's lots of fun to be able to watch the races while you're volunteering. So there are lightweight open, so that's all bikes that are under like 400 cc's. We have bikes that are like 1200 cc's out there. So like if there is anything that you're interested in, we have a race for you.
Ooh, she sounds pretty confident.
Oh, yeah.
And what about you? What kind of volunteering do you do out there?
I just support this one and make sure he stays healthy and happy. So.
Oh, tell me about it. Honestly, I don't think I'd be here without Megan. In so many ways, she supports me so that I can go out and do what I love. And it's such a family-orientated community. Then every person out there that's having fun that I like to watch has people like Megan behind them, just keeping them safe and keeping them fed and sane, because it's a crazy 3-day extravaganza on one of our race weekends.
Yeah, race weekends are I used to be a drag racer way back when.
Same place.
And racing is one of those sports where you're all jacked up emotionally, right? You're competitive, you want to win, you want to make an impact, correct?
The right kind of impact.
Absolutely. That's a good qualifying statement there. The track facility that is now available out at Castro, let's talk a little bit about that.
Castro Raceway was gracious enough to let us use their road course. It used to be at Stratotech before. I never went to Stratotech, but I've heard that it's an improvement from Stratotech, but I actually don't know.
So let's talk about the track. Let's talk about how many corners does it have? How fast can you go? Like, inquiring minds want to know.
I'm sorry. So there's 14 corners, I believe, on Castro Raceway. I think we got a picture of it somewhere here.
There.
Oh, they're not anymore.
Nope, there's no map on there anymore.
Okay.
Take my information with a grain of salt, but my job as a volunteer is to hold a flag so that if anything goes wrong, we're the first line of communication to the other riders to make sure that they're safe. So we got your back as far as if a collision happens or any kind of debris goes on the track, we have flags, kind of like at speeders, where we'll give you a color at whatever corner station we're at to try to help people be as safe as possible. That's one of the things that I have the most experience with personally. But there's a lot of other people that do things in a lot of other capacities that I don't have as much knowledge about.
Okay. So if a person was interested in learning how to become a road racer, how would they start? Who would they contact? Where would they go?
So mainly our website, Facebook, and Instagram pages have information on how to become a racer, like the logistics of it. But for me, my first experience with racing was to physically go out and volunteer for free on a quarter station and actually see it firsthand and just see the look and the family-orientatedness of EMRA. And it's been really cool to be a part of. And our president, John Bully, probably has better information on our other contact information. But
So what is the website address?
emra.ca. We've got it right on our pamphlet here.
Yeah, and we also have Facebook groups, or we have a Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, and a YouTube page, which I learned today, which is awesome. And the organization actually offers race school. So you can go in and you can pay for some of the best racers in Western Canada to teach you how to race which lines are the best around the corners, how to do it quickly and safely, so you can go from being just a regular street rider to actually knowing how to race and do it properly instead of just being thrown to the lions, right? Because that's one of our biggest priorities is safety.
Well, there you go. We've covered some off-road stuff. We've covered some Dakar rally type stuff. Now we've done a little bit of flat track racing and road racing. So, folks, there's something in it for everybody. If you love motorcycling, if you're into challenges, come on out. Come see what these different organizations have to offer.
RiderFriendly.com combines a social business directory with content marketing. Create coupons, special offers, and events, and let us promote them for you. RiderFriendly.com, helping riders find rider-friendly businesses. Hafford, Saskatchewan, Canada's most rider-friendly community from the 2018 riding season. Located between North Battleford and Prince Albert and not far from Saskatoon, it's the perfect day ride destination. With welcoming folks and great small businesses, Hafford has everything you could need while out for a motorcycle ride. Hafford, Saskatchewan, Canada's most rider-friendly community, 2018.
I'm being joined right now by Gary Kosch from UBAKA. Urban Bulldogs against kid abuse, correct?
Correct.
What is it about the Bulldog that kids tend to gravitate towards?
I think the Bulldog is just naturally appealing to everybody, and it's just when anybody sees a Bulldog in real life, they're comforted by it. It may look tough, but it's also very comforting.
Yeah, I would say that's about right, and he's awful cute. Hey, let's take a quick. I mean, they got a whole tub of Bulldogs. Isn't he cute? So tell me, kid abuse. What is it that UBAKA actually helps kids deal with?
So we'll help kids when they go to court. We'll help support them. It's a big benefit for kids when they're up to testify to be able to look back into the courtroom and see support. And that's really what we're there for, is to support the children through the court system and support the families both before and after they go to trial.
So why would kids be in court?
Kids would be in court for a couple of various different reasons. One could be sexual abuse, physical abuse, anything that requires a child to go to court and testify, is we'd be willing to support them through that process.
Now, it's got to be tough meeting children who have been abused, working to gain their trust, and then seeing them have to testify in court. That's got to be a very painful, emotional thing to absorb.
It is very painful to sit in the stands and listen to the testimony and realize what state the world is in some places, in some positions. What's rewarding, though, is we may not get the verdict that we're after all the time, but to see the relief on a child that people believe them, and coming down and having that discussion with them afterwards and providing that support.
It's a good thing that organizations like UBAKA do in helping children find that courage to be able to step out and say, Mom hurt me, Dad hurt me, Uncle hurt me, Daddy's friend hurt me. That takes a lot of courage. How are you able to foster that courage?
I think through interactions with the children, if it is a parent that hurt them, we have both female and male members, and they see that is not the norm for a mom or a dad to behave that way, and they can see how strong and supportive we are, and gives them a little bit of a role model and something to look up to and provide that courage to go up and testify.
How many kids does UBAKA here in the Capital Region support and help a year, do you think?
This year we've been involved in 5 or 6 court cases, and then a bunch of other kids yet that we haven't gone to court yet.
It's sad that our world needs this kind of support in people, but you know what, folks? It's pretty good to have a crew like UBAKA that steps up and helps our children when they need it the most. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lacombe, Alberta, runner-up community in Canada's most rider-friendly community contest. Situated just off Highway 2, the city of Lacombe provides access to hundreds of kilometers of secondary highway riding, making it a natural stop when touring through central Alberta. From June to August, Wednesdays are filled with music, food, and fun at the Lacombe Memorial Centre for Music in the Park. Lacombe, Alberta, in the heart of it all. Where commerce and community meet. The staff at Community Futures Grand Prairie and Region love helping entrepreneurs, young and old, succeed in their goals. What can we do to help you reach yours? Well, that's our time for this week, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Next episode, we're back at the Edmonton Motorcycle Show 2019 to talk to Shane Baker from Baker Boys, Liz Jansen, and a few more great folks.